Good morning. It is 6 o'clock here in Washington, D.C. and across the DMV. You're looking at a live cam of the Bay Bridge as we head into our very last weekend of summer 2022. Well, at least officially, if you're talking to meteorologists, it's the last summer of 2022. Welcome to D.C. News Now on this Saturday morning. I am Joseph Olmo.
And I'm Michaela Newton. We'll have Katie Reese standing by for our Labor Day weekend. But first, Brittany, how are we looking this morning? I saw some purple skies out there.
Yes.
It looks a little cloudy.
It was beautiful, actually, coming into work today. I was pretty impressed driving here, but you know, we are waking up to the cloud, patchy fog, so if you are doing any Labor Day traveling, just keep that in mind as we are heading out the door today. But the good news is we are going to be mostly dry for our Saturday. Satellite and radar showing you what's been happening over the past couple of hours. We just started to see an increase of cloud cover across our area. So again, if you're heading out, mainly going to be seeing some patchy fog, but that patchy fog will begin to move out as we start to see that sun rise. Visibility right now, most of us are clear, but as you head further off into the mountains, that's where we're seeing more of that dense fog. Now, overall, we will be dry today as high pressure continues to be off to our north, but that cold front, that's going to start to work its way into our area as we head into our Labor Day, bringing us a few showers and storms. So, looking over the next 3 days, today 87 is expected to be our high. We do have a slight chance of a few pop-up showers to spark up, mainly west of the Alleghenies, but overall, most of us will be dry. Come Sunday, 88, still dealing with some isolated storms in nature, and then come Monday, still in the 80s, a little bit cooler on Monday, 82, 68 as your low. It's going to be a soggy day as that cold front begins to approach, and we'll see more of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. So definitely keep it here. We'll have another look at that forecast and what to expect for the rest of the weekend coming up in just a bit.
Good morning. Now, all these drivers, you can see there's already cars out there out on 495. This is east of Maryland 650. So hopefully they're heading out to their vacations. And I would advise that you get on traveling before that 8 o'clock hour. Now, taking a look around our region, we're looking pretty clear. Obviously, you know, it is pretty early still on that Saturday morning. Now, taking a look out there on our beltway, usually she's the problem child out there during the week. But right now, she's all clear. We just saw that also out there on that camera. Now, looking around to the 270 corridor, same thing. We got all green, all good, all through Germantown, Gaithersburg. And then we're going to head out to look at our, to look at 495 and 95. We're looking pretty good. As you're trying to get on that interchange coming down from that Baltimore-Washington Pikeway all the way down to 495. But I'll toss back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Katie, Brittany, thanks so much. And new this morning, a crash in Southeast D.C. leaves 2 people with life-threatening injuries, but it happened last night on the intersection of 51st and B Streets. But according to D.C. Fire and EMS, one of the cars was flipped over in the accident.
I've always pledged to fight for accountability.
This will be a rigged, politicized investigation.
Oh, developing now, a major update in a sexual assault investigation. It comes after a teenager in Virginia was found responsible for sexually assaulting 2 girls in 2 high schools. Governor Glenn Youngkin launched an investigation into Loudoun County Public Schools.
Yeah, it was one of his first actions as Virginia's governor. And now, after pushback from the school board, the Commonwealth's highest court says that investigation can't continue. Now, a 4-page ruling from the Virginia Supreme Court stops the school board's effort to halt the grand jury investigation. Now, the school board argued that a state code giving the board authority over the school division means a grand jury should not be allowed. But the court wrote, quote, the school board has offered no convincing argument for why the grand jury investigation infringes this provision.
The Loudoun County School Board has tried to block it, but I will always, always fight for truth, and I will fight for accountability.
Meanwhile, some delegates are accusing Attorney General Jason Miyares of using the case for political gain.
Well, it has been a rough couple of weeks inside of metro stations. There have been stabbings, there have been sexual assaults, and as recently as this week, a shooting inside of the busy L'Enfant Plaza station. Metro's new general manager taking to Twitter, praising the quick arrest of the man accused of pulling the trigger. Randy Clark says that this type of criminal behavior on Metro simply will not be tolerated. He added that the transit agency will continue to, quote, enhance our security options to provide a safe system for our customers and our staff.
I think that question, are they doing enough? I think they're doing a lot. Could they do more? I don't know how you prepare for a one-off incident, but I do think it would be helpful to have police riding on the metro themselves, not just being on the platform, because you have bad behavior happening as the train is moving. I think having presence, police presence in the stations would be helpful.
All right, well, drivers nationwide can expect a heavier police presence this Labor Day weekend. Police are taking part in a Labor Day safe driving campaign, Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. The campaign aims to reduce drunk driving on major highways, but if you see an impaired driver, make sure you report it to your local law enforcement.
All right, happening today, take two for Artemis 1 after Monday's launch was scrubbed. Will we have liftoff today for the historic mission? Our Corey James sat down yesterday for an exclusive one-on-one interview with Phil Larson. Larson develops spacecraft for NASA and is answering your questions on the Artemis 1 launch.
So talking about the launch, obviously a lot of people were expecting it to take place Monday, kind of closer to that countdown. It was canceled.
Sure.
With the engine issue, is 5 days enough to get it repaired, you think?
Well, I think the team is doing a good job, and space is about moments, and tomorrow's a big moment. They want to get it right, and basically the engines that are powering the rocket are, spewing superheated gases. It's basically a controlled explosion, and as part of that, you want the engines to chill. They have to be chilled by coolant, just like your car engine. And one of the engines was not doing that properly, or the sensor was wrong that was saying it. And so they took a look in the past few days, and they're ready to go tomorrow.
And hopefully it happens.
Yeah.
For people who are kind of sitting at home and thinking, we have done this before, we've seen Apollo, many people have watched as that happened. Why is this launch so significant? And we know that it's going to bring the first woman, the first person of color, but outside of that, why is this important to do?
Yeah, so the Space Launch System, which is the name of this rocket, is part of the Artemis program to eventually land humans and Americans back on the moon, the first woman, the first person of color, and this is the first test flight of that rocket. So it's a huge deal. It'll be the most powerful rocket, like you said, since the Apollo Saturn V moon rocket days. And it really, thousands of people have been working on this for more than a dozen years. Our international partners, like the Europeans, are part of it. They built part of the spacecraft. And so, really the world's eyes are kind of on this test flight.
We got about a minute left. If this does not happen tomorrow, what's next?
So they're going to take a look. Every time they approach a launch, even if they don't, they learn from the data. And what's great about that is it'll inform the next attempt, which could be as soon as Monday if they scrub. If there's a bigger issue, they could, just like the check engine light on your car coming on, they could roll it back into the garage and take a deeper look at it, and then they'll reschedule.
All right. Have you been to space?
No.
Are you willing to go?
Maybe. I don't really like camping.
Okay. Well, maybe this mission will allow more people.
That's right. It will enable more people to go to space.
All right. Phil Larson, thanks so much. It's been a pleasure.
I'll take a ticket to space. Corey James there. Thank you, Corey. Well, there is a 2-hour launch window today. It starts at exactly 2:17 p.m. NASA is predicting 60 to 80% chances of favorable weather for the launch. Our fingers, they are crossed.
Well, from very unfortunate circumstances, there is now a bright light. A number of beagle puppies in a puppy mill have been rescued. And as our Stephen Cohen reports from Maryland, a big-hearted business in our region is stepping in to help. Take a look.
It seems unimaginable. The U.S. Department of Justice contacted the Humane Society of the United States with word that a puppy mill in Virginia was breeding as many as 4,000 beagles for scientific research. Could the Humane Society find good homes for the pups?
We have the chance to give these dogs the life they deserve and to make sure that this doesn't happen to them again.
The dogs are brought to Maryland, where they are being cared for while placing them in loving homes, and all with the help of and generosity of a popular business in the region.
So Sheehy Subaru of Hagerstown is happy to help in this effort and have some fun with these beagles today.
The puppies were having playground time rolling into the Labor Day weekend.
These are precious lives, and they deserve great homes, and this really should start the conversation about Why were we breeding them in the first place? Why are they going into research that's unnecessary?
The Sheehy Subaru family is proud to be a partner in the effort.
Thank you again to the Humane Society of the United States for stepping in to help these animals out, and we're glad that we can be a really small part of it.
From their Maryland staging area, some of these dogs are being adopted by families as far away as Southern California.
And Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan have adopted one of these beagles. They have named it Mamma Mia. Reporting from Maryland, Stephen Cohen for DC News Now.